You watched the final. Yeah, I know you did. You watched the final episode of Demon Slayer, right?
Of course.
Oh my gosh. I don't think talking about the funniest show I've ever watched. I think and says something. I used to think that Fate style stuff was some of the best and most beautiful choreographed shit I've ever seen in my life, right? Like
Yeah,
the Fate, like
definitely.
especially Fate Stay Night, right? And Fate Zero. This last episode of Demon Slayer was the most beautiful episode of anime I've ever watched in my life. Like visually wise. Beautiful. That the explosion looked real. It looked like a
Absolutely.
Michael Bay. It looked like a Michael Bay. They put money into this episode.
Mm.
Oh, they broke the bank with this fucking episode. I still get chills. I still get like the little clips. I still get chills at the end when all the Hashira are doing their forms towards Muzan, and then Tanjiro comes in with his Kimi no Kakura, and like I get chills. Like there's very few animes that give me chills. And when we've been on this long Demon Slayer train, no pun intended, Mugen train. When we've been on this long Demon Slayer train to just get to Muzan, and then we finally get there, and then ching, and then they all get in the Infinity Castle, and then oh, fucking Zenitsu, oh my god, like bro, Zenitsu, everybody got dropped into the Infinity Castle. Zenitsu entered the Infinity Castle. He said, I got shit to do. Like, I'm here. I'm not here to play games. I got shit to do. I
Mm.
got bills to pay. Like, I'm in
I
this
mean, he was
motherfucker.
pretty badass when he was coming down. Yeah.
And yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Like, that's what I've been waiting for because I know what happens. I've seen the panels.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen the ending.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I
you've been
know
talking
what
about it.
happens.
I remember when we had
Like,
our Tanjiro Zenitsu discussion, and you
oh
were
my
talking about
gosh.
this point.
I was like, yeah, and fun fact, not really a spoiler, so I guess spoiler warning. If you don't want to hear this, then click out. I love you. Peace out to everybody. I just really
Jeez.
wanted to talk about this episode for a second, but spoiler warning, like, he is the only one. People have argued on the internet that it doesn't count, but he is the only one in the entire Infinity Castle arc to solo an Upper Moon by himself. Like, well, Solo is by himself, so that's a redundant statement. But to kill an Upper Moon
Mm.
by himself, he is
Mm.
the only
Is
one.
he?
And he,
Mm.
yes, he's the only one, and he delivers the coldest line in all of Demon Slayer. He said, "You really feel good about yourself that you took over a vacant spot in the Upper Moons. You think you're that strong?"
Mm.
Like, I was like, then she was just standing there, his head tilt. He
I
said,
mean,
"You think you tough?"
I mean,
He said, "You think you?"
storytelling. I think that was necessary though. Like, his battle was like against. Actually, that's spoiler. No, you already said spoiler warning.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
his
Spoiler
battle was
alert.
against his like old
Yeah,
student.
so
What's it
his
called?
Yeah,
Classmate.
so his master trained I forgot what his name is, trained him after Zenitsu. And because he
No, they
turned
trained at the
into
same
it,
time. They trained
I
at the
thought it
same
was
time.
after.
They trained at the same time.
Oh, well, either
They were
way,
essentially brothers in training.
because he turned into a demon, his master killed himself.
Mm-hmm.
Because he committed seppuku
Mm-hmm.
because he turned into a demon. And that was the letter he had in his hand about what happened.
Yeah.
And so he knows. He's like locked in. Like and then his head tilt, he said, "Hey, bruv, you think you're tough because you occupied a vacant rank in the upper moons? You think you're tough? You really think you're tough? All right, bet. I'm gonna unleash every single thunder god for seventh form." Like,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just like, I've seen the panels, I've seen the chapter. Like, I'm just like, I can't wait for this to be animated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't wait. Like, that last episode was just beautiful. Like, and I think I texted you. I said, nobody on this earth hates Muzan more than Tanjiro. But like, every time he sees him, he's like,
Yeah.
Muzan.
He got a deep seated hatred
Like,
for it.
all the other Tanjiro or all the other Hashira are like, "Oh, Muzan, keep it to oh, Muzan." He's like, like he fucking
That
hates
goes
that
back
motherfucker.
to something again, names. The leader was talking about like you don't understand. You killing me is going to be a problem for you.
Yeah,
Like I
I'm a
understand
martyr.
you wanna
I'm a
you wanna
martyr.
kill me and everything, and I might not be important right now
Yeah,
alive, but killing me, my nigga, killing me. All these little kids are gonna beat
yeah.
the shit out. You are
I
not
mean,
going to survive this shit.
yeah. They're not. Most of them don't either. But still,
We already
you
said
know.
spoiler alert. I'm sorry.
I mean, spoiler alert. Most of them don't either.
But
But
also, it goes without saying.
he's a martyr. He's a martyr. That's what
Oh
he
yeah,
is.
of course. But when it comes
Martyrdom.
to the animation, I
Oh my.
going back to the animation, Demon Slayer anime, and this goes back to even an argument as old as time. Does the animation carry Demon Slayer? The animation, in my opinion, slightly carries because the animation outdoes the manga every single fucking time. I
Yeah,
think
they
that
added that
scene
shit.
was no, that scene happened, but they changed the scene in the
Yeah,
manga. Like it was like just doors opening and you would see flames and they were
yeah,
falling. That transition of like the doors opening and the
yeah.
lights and everybody falling through completely
Beautiful.
different from the manga.
I know,
That shit was
but
amazing, and that's
that's
what
a
the
good
anime
thing.
does all the time. I know, and that's why people say that
Yeah,
the animation carries the series
and I will agree.
because they
I'll be
do
like,
shit like
sure.
that.
I say sure. Good. I'm glad it
I'm happy
does
we
because you
made
get
it.
some of the most beautiful episodes you have ever seen in anime history. Like they are well surpassed any other show. This is 2024 and they're in 2035. Like their animation is. For when I say that fire, when it blew up, I was like, is that shit like? Did they like take a clip from real life? Like what the fuck? Like that looked like a
Yeah.
Michael Bay explosion, like legit. And then when I found, because I read ahead, um, I read ahead, so I knew what happened, but I didn't know what happened before I watched the episode, and then obviously like went back to the panels. But I when I found out that he was the one that set the explosions
Yeah.
off in his own house, I was like, oh shit, I had completely missed that part that he killed himself, and then you get in fucking uh oh my god, a Guillaume the Stone
Yeah,
Hashira.
still not sure.
This nigga's blind, and he was fucking doing the Rengoku, doing the fucking. He was doing the He was doing the.
The
Oh, what
Bruce
was the
Lee.
dude's name? Not the Bruce Lee. The dude from Entertainment District. Not Entertainment District. I'm sorry. From Entertainment District. The one that's
Oh, the
he's
ninja, the shinobi.
retired. He's retired. He's
Yeah.
retired now because he got Tengen.
Tengen. Yeah.
Tengen. Yeah, he was doing the Tengen like fucking just blocking. You blocked a named attack from the top demon on the Demon King. You blocked a named attack and you're blind. Like every time I see fucking Guillaume's fucking forearms, I'm like, I gotta get my forearm grip. Like, I got
Bro,
this shit.
go
I
to
gotta
his
get that.
backstory. You remember,
Oh yeah.
he
Oh yeah.
literally fought a demon as a human
Just
and beat the shit out of him all
until
night long
morning.
until the morning
Until
came. Dude was
morning.
strong before he learned his a
Yo.
breathing style. Dude was strong before he ever had a
Yeah.
sword in his hand.
Wasn't he?
And
He
he was
was
like
the
19
first,
years
not the.
old.
He was the first Hashira under the new
Yeah,
master,
under the
right?
new master, yeah, and then he
Yeah,
was
he
like
was
the
the.
leader of all of them because he's the
Yeah.
only adult. The rest of them are actually kids. I think they're like,
Yo,
well,
just
they were kids when they first started. I think they're now like
yeah,
17, 18, or
yeah.
19, 20. While he's
They're
like
in their top
27.
teens.
I think he's like 27, 28, something like that.
Like,
But yeah,
just
he
like,
raised them, and
oh,
you can see like the scenes where when they first decided, hey, we're going to have the training arc.
and he says
He
silence.
yeah, he like leads them same way
Yeah,
when they were looking at the backstory. It's the same way he talked to the children
yeah,
back then. It's the same way he commands control
yeah.
today with the Hashira, and he
That
even
man
talks
had
to them as
that
children.
man had spiritual pressure. That man literally, when they were all arguing and he said silence and that gravity fell in the room, they were all like, "What the fuck?" Like that man showed some Kenpachi Zaraki fucking spiritual pressure in that motherfucker. I was like, God
Yeah, he's
damn.
undoubtedly the
But
strongest
just
of them, all of them.
just to fucking talk about the entrance again into the entertainment district. I thought Inosuke's was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, I mean, I exaggerate, but he's sitting there in the woods about to eat his little fish, and he like, ding, and he like falls, and he's like,
Fuck yeah.
he's like, let's go. He said,
Yeah.
I haven't whooped nobody ass in a while. Let's fucking get it. I honestly don't remember his fight in the Infinity Castle, like what his skirmishes. I don't remember. I know what happens to Tanjiro, like the whole, you know what happens to Tanjiro. That's too much of a spoiler. I don't know if I want to give all that out. I know I said spoilers already, but like that's too much. I know what happens to Tanjiro. I know what happens to Zenitsu. I know what Hashira die, which we already talked about that. But and
Hashiras.
then you get fucking yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Hashira's
remember now. He fought with the butterfly girl. He was
Oh,
fighting with
okay, okay.
Tsuri.
Shinobu.
Not Shinobu.
Shinobu?
Tsuri. Kanao.
Oh,
Kanao.
Kano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
The one that's in love with
yeah,
Tanjiro.
the Tanjiro's
Yeah.
yeah. So the
Girl.
butterfly girl's her predecessor or not
Yeah,
predecessor.
Prodigy.
Prodigy.
Kind of like
Yeah.
kind of like Tanjiro was Gyu's, and then he became Rengoku's, and then
Exactly.
kind of went
He
out.
fought
Yeah.
with her. I mean they tear up the demon too. But
Okay.
yo, I'm really looking forward. I'm looking
Yo,
forward to this.
I saw a meme that was like So they transported all the demon slayers from around the world into the Infinity
Mm-hmm.
Castle. That's the idea. We don't see that, but that's the idea.
Yeah, he
Is
said,
that
I'm
they
about to
transport?
finish this tonight. I'm done. I'm
Yeah,
done with y'all, niggas. I'm
yo,
done with
yo,
y'all. Y'all
when he said
embarrassing
that,
me? Fuck y'all.
when he was going off like that, I was like, nigga, why did you just do this from the
Why
beginning?
haven't you
Like,
always done this? Why are you
why have
waiting?
you? Why did you wait so long?
I
He
think
said,
he,
I'm fucking sick of this.
I,
Y'all
I
cut
think
my head
he's
off.
noticing they're getting too strong. They're getting too strong. They're going to
I'm
give him
telling
a
my
problem.
mama. He said, I'm telling my mama, I'm fucking sick of this shit. I don't want to do this no more. All y'all just Infinity Castle. You
Yo,
coming with me? You coming with me? Let's go. But like, it was it was just so funny seeing like their interactions because all the Hashira were so surprised because Saname and Mitsuki, not Mitsuki, Saname and the Mist Hashira, they were already in the Infinity Castle for like a split second
mm-hmm.
in the beginning of the arc, but all of them were like super surprised when they dropped in. But then you got Zenitsu on fucking light work. He said, "I got bills to pay, nigga. I'm here for a reason." You got Inosuke dropping and just like, like I haven't kicked nobody ass in a minute.
You
And
gotta talk about Tanjiro when
then
he saw
Tanjiro,
Muzan. Like,
he literally
oh,
didn't take his eyes. He took his eyes off that nigga for 1 second. He said, and then he looked right back up and just kept falling, looking at this nigga. He said, Musa, I'm gonna fucking kill you,
he's like
bitch. And he said,
falling, just staring at him. I'm gonna kill you. I'm
he said,
fucking
come
kill
get
you.
this smoke. He said, you come get this smoke. Nigga, you come get this. They were just yelling at each other. He said, I'm gonna
No,
kill you. I'm
fuck
gonna
you.
kill
No,
you.
fuck
No,
you.
fuck you. Hey, fuck you. Like, that was
As he's
honestly like,
falling through the doors, he's like,
I watched that episode. Like, I literally was saying that too because she needs to watch it. My wife hasn't watched it yet. She was actually mad at me that I watched the whole season without her. She didn't know a new season came out. So you should probably watch our YouTube channel. Um, and I was like, I literally said that when I watched the final scene as she walked into the room when Tanjiro and Muzan were going back and forth. I was like, no, fuck you, hey, fuck you, no, fuck, hey, what's your name? Fuck you, Tony, fuck
fuck
you.
you,
Like,
Tony. What's
he was
your
literally,
name?
he was just like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Muzan. I'm gonna fucking kill you, Tanjiro.
Oh my
He's like, well, I'm
word.
gonna fuck no, no, I'm gonna fuck you, no, I'm gonna fuck you.
No, no, but my God, that shit
Like
was
they're
hilarious.
just fucking yelling.
The Indian
Gyu,
fucking.
Gyu is trying to get his fucking attention. He's like, Tanjiro, and he's like, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna kill you.
I'll get to you in a second.
I'll get to you in a second, Madara.
Oh my
Like,
word.
I, that was
That was a
probably
good. That
like,
was a good save.
and even watch like just again like going in Instagram reels whenever they pull up that whole like they see Muzan and they're all coming like I get chills. I get chills seeing that shit because we're finally getting to the culminating shit. I mean, yeah, we're gonna get to see the Infinity Castle wrapped up in 2027, but still, like it's gonna be great.
It's
I'm
gonna be
gonna go to the
wild.
theater every time. I'll come up to you
Yeah,
and
they
you come down to
confirmed
me.
it. It was going to be in the theaters too.
If it's
It's going
yeah,
to be in
I'm
theaters.
we are watching that.
It's
You're coming.
2027. It's hopeful. It's gonna 2028,
I'll
2029,
come up to you for one. You got to come down to me for one,
a
and
year.
then I'll come up to you for one, and then just because this is going to be an experience. This is going to be a whole fucking experience, and I'm wearing a whole Zenitsu garb, like a whole big Harori for every single one of those movies because this is going to be a fucking experience, and I can't wait. Like that was probably the most beautiful animation I've seen in anime in a very very long time.
I
Very,
actually had a
very.
conversation with someone about this recently as well. The Infinity Castle arc isn't the final arc. So
True,
but
true.
everywhere I've been seeing though has been saying final. So
Yeah.
I'm wondering. The conversation was, are they going to put the final fight, the final Muzan fight, in the final movie of the Infinity Castle arc? Because it's really not that long.
I
The
mean, that's
final arc is
definitely
just them fighting.
big, big spoiler warning. The final Muzan fight is when he kills Tanjiro and turns him into a demon, and then
Yeah,
Tanjiro reverts back to human, right?
yeah.
That's in the Infinity Castle arc,
No,
or did
no.
I
So
read
the
it
Infinity
into
Castle
another? Did I
arc.
read into another arc?
I think you read into the other arc. So the Infinity Castle arc leads directly into it. I remember when I was reading the manga, like the whole community was like, "Wait, are we in the final arc? Did we just
Yeah,
go from the Infinity Castle to well, this is the final fight?" It just felt so weird
I
because of the
think they're gonna.
transition. It
Yeah,
goes from they're fighting in Infinity Castle, they defeat all the upper
all the
moons,
look.
and then they start fighting him, drag him out into the real world, and then they fight in the real world until the sun come up. So that's how that transition goes. So it can definitely be put
I
into
think
the
they're
final
putting it.
movie.
I think they're gonna put it in. If they're making three movies as the finite, like Finn, they're gonna put that fight at the end of the third movie.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
we
They're
were.
if they didn't, that would be dumb. That'd be probably the dumbest thing anybody's ever done in anime history. So
I mean, unless
They
they plan on making a
a
final
fourth movie
arc,
or something. Oh, like
final chapters part 1, final
but why
chapters
would
part 2.
but that wouldn't make sense to me if they did Infinity or if they did Hashira Training Arc and it was like episodes just like everything else, and then they did Infinity Castle 3 movies and then did the final arc as another season.
I mean,
That
it
wouldn't
doesn't
make
have to be
sense.
another season. It could be like what Attack on Titan did.
Again, three
Final
more
chapters
movies.
part 1, final chapters part 2. And it can
We're
definitely be
not getting
done
out of
because
Demon
the
Slayer
final
until
chapters was
2030.
literally
Holy shit.
one event, just like this Demon Slayer final arc. It's just one event. The final chapters
Yeah.
was rumbling started, rumbling ends. This is moves on. We start in Infinity Castle to we ended outside. So they may. They truly may. I hope they don't. Another concern is, are they going to split? So in the manga, the fights are mostly split up. They focus on one fight. We finish that. We go to another
Or
fight.
are we gonna get
Are they
like
going to focus on fights
watch a
in
part of
each
this
movie?
fight, then watch another part of this fight, then go back to that
I'll
fight, and
be
then go back
angry.
to that part, and go
In the
back to that fight?
movies, and I have to wait a year for the next one. No, they need to finish fights
I think
in the
what they'll
movies.
do, I think what is smart and what I think they might do is the movie say is an hour and a half long. The first like 20 minutes is the Zenitsu fight. The second is the Kano and Inosuke fight. The second 20 minutes, and then the next 20 minutes is the fucking is like Giyu and Tanjiro fighting, and then the next,
I don't
and
think
then
I
it
like
like
that one. I think they need to, if they're going to have specific fights and all of them start and end the movie, I would rather them transition in between the fights, different scenes. This is what's going on. This was going on. Because if we do just all of this fight, all right, we're done. All of this fight, all right, we're done. It would just seem kind of dry. I think
I
this
think
it'll
I thought
better
you just said you
transition.
didn't want.
No, I mean I want them to have a full fight in a movie. I don't want them
Oh,
to
you don't
start
want like the
and
start of
end in
Zenitsu
another
fight.
movie.
Oh, you don't want the
Yeah,
start of the Zenitsu fight, and then the second movie is when we get the final wrap. I
exactly.
got
So
you.
if we're
I
gonna
got you.
have
And
like
I'm here
say
for you.
three,
I'm here.
four
I'm here for that.
fights, have them like filter
Yeah,
in through scenes.
do like Gyu and Tanjiro's fight, Kano or Zenitsu and Kano and Inosuke, and then that's the only 3 fights in that movie.
Exactly.
And
We're like
then
going
have it
back and
all
forth.
wrap up. Have them all wrap up in that movie, and then
That
the
would be
next go to
fire.
the next
That would
movie.
be
Go to the
fire.
next movie. Okay, I
Like the
got you. I'm
final
in. I'm in.
slash, we see the final slash for each of them happen concurrently.
Yeah.
That would be pretty awesome.
Imagine like a 3 section
You're like,
screen, and we all just see like.
that would be fire. I mean, other than the
I
old
am
girl
Optimus
finishing them
Prime.
with poison, but that would be pretty awesome if we see the final head chop of each one in some panels. That'd be
Who
fire.
who does?
Spoiler. So the weakest Hashira, the butterfly girl, she's so
Oh yeah,
Shinobu.
Shinobu. Yeah,
She's so weak she can't cut off a demon's head, so she
yeah, I
uses
know that.
poison,
I
Wisteria,
didn't.
to
Yeah,
poison the demon, and that's how she defeats the demon by the demon eating her, and
yeah,
she has
yeah,
poisons
yeah,
in her
yeah, yeah.
body, and
I
that
remember that. I remember
kills the
that. Yeah, yeah,
demon.
yeah.
Well,
Okay.
not kills the demon, weakens them so much that
Yo,
they are able to defeat the
when
demon.
Mitsuri and Obanai die together and they hold hands, I'm gonna cry. If we're in theaters, I'm gonna cry. Don't even come for me. Don't even look at me. When Obanai and Mitsuri hold hands and they die together, and I
Yeah,
see
bro.
that animated, I'm
I'll hold you.
I'm
Don't worry.
I'm gonna be broken. I'm gonna be broken inside.
Honestly, no,
Honestly,
their love story
'cause I
is
think
so slight, but
Giyu,
it's strong.
Giyu and Saname are the only ones that survive. If I remember, Giyu survives. No, Saname dies. Guillaume survives. Yeah, I think it's
I can't remember. It's I think only like three
most
of them
well,
survive.
most of them die. So most of them all die, and then you got Tengen upstairs. Fucking, I saw a meme about it too, or the video where it's just like it's like this dude who does like funny videos, and he's like in a outfit, and he's like, "Oh, we need reinforcements. We're getting our asses kicked down here, man. Where's our reinforcements?" And then it shows like it has him in a Tengen retired Tengen outfit with his arm cut off, and he's upstairs just like da, 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 like dancing like. And he's like, "Where's Tengen at?" And he's like, "He's getting a Hakutua from his 3 ninja wives." And
I mean, he
"Well, it must
survives
be
because he retired. That's the only
he
reason why he
retired."
survives.
Yeah, facts. I mean, all right. So here's a question for you. This is a whole separate video. Here's a question for
It
you.
is.
If Tengen were fought the brother and sister, didn't lose an eye or an arm, right? I mean, got fucked up, but like they still won, and he went into the Infinity Castle arc. Do you think he would have survived?
Yes. Tengen was one of the most powerful of the Hashira.
Good. I'm glad we agree.
Let's be real here. The Tanjiro, Zenitsu, even though they did help him because he had to defeat them
They
both at
held
the
him back.
same time,
They
they
held him back.
slightly held him back too. He had to
I
protect
think
while fighting.
the only backdrop or the only downfall of the fight with the Upper Moon Four, the brother and sister, was the fact that you had to cut their heads at the same time. That's probably why I think he would have lost that fight specifically because of that condition to beat them. If he fought them by himself. Now, but if he did somehow win and he wasn't as fucked up, if he went to the Infinity Castle, I believe he would have came out on top
Yeah,
because he wouldn't
definitely.
have. That condition was kind of like a cop out condition. You know what I'm saying? Like to me, that was like, So I need to
They
have
had
your
to.
help now. You know
They
what I'm
had
saying?
to.
Like I had to have your help. So, but if he was just fighting the brother, Daikai or whatever his name is, Daki. I think his name was Daki or
No,
something
that's
like
the
that.
girl.
Oh, wasn't?
Yeah, I don't remember the name, but she's that's the
Well, all
girl.
she ever called him, all she did was cry, fucking older brother. But anyways, but if he would have entered at peak, he would have survived 100%. He would have
Nah,
survived
I agree with that.
on top.
That's going to lead to another
I'm
question.
surprised Giyu survived. Honestly,
Do you?
I'm
I mean, no,
surprised.
he's super powerful though. He's super
He
powerful.
is, but he wasn't. Remember, he wasn't supposed to be the water Hashira because he wasn't that strong. His boy died, and so
Yeah,
they made him the water Hashira.
yeah, he was like second to his boy. I think that's probably why he survived then because he's supposed to like live the memory of his best friend. But second anime question, second anime question of the week.
Okay.
Going back again, Rengoku. We know Rengoku's super strong, and then we got our Shinobi Hashira. That same Rengoku versus Akaza. Is it Akaza?
Akaza. Yeah, Akaza.
Akaza?
Yeah.
Yeah. Switch him with Tengen. Do you think Tengen would have done better or worse than Rengoku? Same situation.
I
They're
think
still
they.
there. The kids are still there.
I think Rengoku was martyred. I think Rengoku could have won, but I think for plot and for story, personally, I think they martyred him
Yeah,
as
of
a
course, of
means to
course.
say, these demons. We now find our first upper moon. These demons are a problem. They're now the upper moons are now coming out of hiding. This is a problem. A Hashira has died to push the story forward. I think Rengoku should have won that fight,
And to
personally.
give Tanjiro another level of I
And to give
need
him,
to defeat.
I need to learn this fire breathing, my sun breathing. I need to like it push the story forward. I think Rengoku should have won.
But
If they
taken
put
away from that plot point.
if they put any other even that though, like if they put any other Hashira in that, which for obvious reasons they didn't, I still think they would have been martyred.
You
I
think
think they
so?
would have died for the plot. But if straight hands, I think Tengen wins that 100%. I think Tengen wins at low diff, and Rengoku would have won at like mid diff. I
Yeah,
think it's
he definitely was
mid
a
diff.
mid diff
It's
fight.
like 50. It's like five out of five. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
think Tengen is a lot faster and as
yeah,
strong as Rengoku.
and Rengoku has that personality where he's like, it's not peaceful, but it's more serenity. And he knew he was going to be martyred, and so he kind of just let himself be martyred. It's kind of like
He tried to hold him for the sun too at that point.
Kokoshibo, or not Kokoshibo. That's the upper moon for number one upper moon. Oh my god, the leader, the master of the house. Like he just knew I need to be martyred for this shit to move forward. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? I don't think Tengen would have laid down. He'd been like, man, fuck that. Like I'm fucking clapping cheeks. I fucking fought with
you're
no
not
arm
going
and
nowhere.
no. He said I fought with no arm and no eye against a
Rengoku
fucking
made a
psychopath.
decision I don't think Tengen would have made. Rengoku made the decision, I'm just going to hold him.
Yeah.
And Tengen would have been like, nah, I'm just going to be on your bumpers the whole time. So I think they would have made a different decision. That's why
Oh
I think
shit.
Tengen would have done better slightly.
So I was wrong. Guillaume died fighting. I don't know why. Well, I guess it's his role. He fought Kokoshiba and Muzan at the same time, but he fought him knowing he would die. Like he fought them for from what I remember. Now
Did you
that
say he lived? I'm pretty.
no, I did say he lived, but
Oh,
he
I didn't even
died.
hear
But
you. Oh, he definitely dies.
yeah, the point of it was to keep them away from the other demon slayers. That's
Yeah,
why he was
that was
fighting them.
always his role in the story, to be the father figure,
Yeah,
to be the
the shield.
until they're ready. Yeah, the shield. Until they're ready, I'm gonna hold you off until they are able to defeat you. He was never supposed to be the hero of the story, just the one who leads them to the success.
Yeah, Saname lives. Okay, so I was right about that. Saname lives. Gyu lives, and obviously Tengen, because Tengen's retired. That's it. Saname, Gyu, and Tengen. Those are the only people that live.
Oh, we're talking about the Hashira. I was about to say Kanoe. Kanoe.
Okay, kind of.
Yeah, but
She
she's
lives.
not a
They get
Hashira.
they get because don't they get married? There's like
Yeah,
a
yeah,
final
yeah. They get
little
together.
wrap
They
up.
get married and everything.
They have kids and shit, and then they have no. It's like they have because the demons are gone. They have no powers anymore, or some shit like that, or something crazy. I forgot. I didn't read that much
I
into
think
it. I didn't care.
there was a twist. I mean, they never had powers, so
Okay,
let's
yeah,
relax.
we're
But
not
I
gonna
think
talk
there
about
was a twist in the future where apparently events repeat themselves in some way. I can't remember. It was a few years since the manga ended. I'm allowing myself. Unlike with Jujutsu Kaisen, as you know, I like to read Jujutsu Kaisen while I'm watching
Yeah,
anime. I'm allowing myself to truly just appreciate what's happening in Demon Slayer, and I'm not reading alongside, going back to look
yeah,
and see what happens in the future again. So I'm happy that I don't remember everything, but there's some events I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see this happen. I can't wait to see that happen.
yeah. It's sad. It's gonna be a sad arc, but we'll get there. We'll
And
get
I
there. And
think
it's
the
gonna be
manga
badass
lost
too.
that. I think the manga wasn't able to fully appreciate the sadness of
Yeah.
everyone's death because, again,
Oh,
they rushed the ending of Demon Slayer. So I think the anime is really going to be able to highlight on the
oh
fact
yeah.
that everyone died. Because when
Like
in the manga, when everybody
it's
died, they're like, ha, everyone died. They're Hashira. They're supposed to die.
it's like a
Anime is
battle of
really going to
it's
do
like
it.
a battle of attrition though. And even though a lot of demon slayers get massacred, like for every one demon slayer, like 1,000 demons die. So people also have to realize that. And I don't think the manga, from what I've read, the manga didn't really capitalize on the fact that a lot of Hashira died. Cool, like that fucking sucks. But like you don't realize that it is sad because they gave their final breath after killing like for every 1,000 demons, one Hashira died.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So like
You corrected yourself. What I was going
it's
to say. You said for every one Demon Slayer that died. No, these niggas die all the time. But every one Hashira that dies, yeah, 1,000
yeah.
demons.
Yeah, so like it was a battle of attrition at that point. Like who can hold out the longest,
I think
and
they
then that's where they're
compared
at.
them at one point. One Hashira is about 1,000 demon slayers,
Yeah,
or 10,000, something like that.
something like
I'm
that.
pretty sure Guillaume is probably like 20,000, 100,000 of those regular recruits. But no,
Yeah,
Demon Slayer. I'm definitely looking forward to these three
oh yeah,
movies. I hope they wrap it up in the three movies. But you know,
I
they've
hope
been
so.
making money
I think they
plays
will.
since season one. Well, since
I
after season one, they've been making money
think
plays.
I think they will. I think they will. And if we get the whole marriage thing, it'll probably be like a OVA. It'll probably be like a whole little
Like Naruto.
two part little. Yeah, if Tanjiro hits a Shadow Clone Jutsu and fucking misses his wedding, I'm gonna be upset. Or missing his in coronation or whatever the fuck he missed. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm
I'm
pretty sure he
surprised.
doesn't even
I'm
become a
surprised.
Hashira. I think that's
No,
a
he doesn't.
miss
He doesn't because
of the
they.
show.
That is a 100% miss of the series is that he doesn't become a Hashira because there's no more demons. Like, but it's kind of like you should have at least been like, oh, what I would have appreciated is during the fight they like made him like Guillaume made him a Hashira. You know, something. It's like a little honorary like, hey, you're now the Flame Hashira. Congratulations. Let's get to work. Let's work, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like,
they probably did that in simile or symbolism with Rengoku's what's that little
yeah.
thing?
But
The
they said
flame
that you're
guard.
not. But when he was doing the training, they were like, the even Obanai was like, you're not fucking special, and you're not a fucking Hashira. Just because you're on first name basis with the rest of these niggas
I
doesn't
like
mean you're
that. I
special to
like
me.
that. It's like
So did I.
it's counter to the regular trope of, oh, you're super strong. You're basically one of us. It's like, nigga, you are not like you're not like us. They're not like
Yeah,
us. They're not like us.
they're
Yo,
not like us.
that was him. That was him all arc. It's like
Right.
you not like us,
Exactly.
nigga.
He was standing 10
Stop thinking
toes.
you
I
good.
appreciated that. I appreciated that too. I was just contradicting the point of like him being an honorary member because Obanai was like, you're not fucking the master never made you a fucking Hashira. You're not a fucking Hashira.
And never will.
But since the master died, I would have appreciated maybe this is a little cliche, but I would have appreciated like during the fight, like Guillaume before he died was like, hey, by the way, nigga, since I recognize you, you are now the Flame Hashira. Like, let's work. You know, let's put in this work. You know what I'm saying? I would have liked to see them become Hashiras, you know, like because even after all the demons have died, you know, air quotes, I would have liked to see like Zenitsu becomes the lightning Hashira. Like I know they have like their own set ones, but you can add titles. Like they've even said it in Demon Slayer like code books, like codexes. Like you can add titles. If this person has a specific breathing, they can be the Hashira of that breathing. There doesn't have to be
Yeah, they
12
basically
Hashira.
made up the
Yeah.
names anyway.
You don't have there doesn't have to be 12 Hashira. You can add more. You can add a lightning Hashira, a beast breathing Hashira, fucking sun breathing Hashira. Like you don't have to be those specific ones. It's just that because they are the 12, they want people to follow their breathing form to become that. But like Zenitsu could have added a whole new rank to it. Tanjiro would have added his sun breathing. I mean, he would have been like the fire breathing technically, but it's technically sun breathing. Or he could be mixed breathing because he still does water, even though they completely forgot that aspect of it, which, you know, it is what it is. But, and then Inosuke could have been beast breathing because Inosuke, they background him a lot, but he throws hands. Like, he hasn't lost. Like, think about it. He hasn't lost a single fight in the whole show. He's gotten fucked up. Don't get me wrong. He's gotten fucked up, but he hasn't lost at all. Like,
What's
or
the
been
one where
injured.
he almost died? No, he almost died. One where he was like
In the
bleeding out of
entertainment
his.
district.
Yeah, that was
And it,
entertainment district.
but he literally like he gets
Oh yeah,
fucked up
that bullshit
and
ass
then
pull.
and then he backfired and then he just fucking they were like, oh, Inosuke was bleeding too bad, internal bleeding, he might not make it. And he's like, well, then why do I see him on my ceiling? And he's like, aha, you noticed me, compatro. And then like Inosuke's a fucking beast.
Yeah, I think
He's
he's
a goat.
because he's like an animal. Like his
Yeah,
everything about him is animal. I think he was able to process like things like the poison, the
yeah.
internal bleeding. Like animals can deal with like internal injuries better than us because we're weak. We're weak individuals. No, so I think
But like
that's probably like his leg up.
and all the Hashira training, he beat it, moved on, beat it, moved. They just didn't show him much because
No
like he's
special
not taught
ancestors, nothing like that. He
nothing.
just
He
pure
straight,
power using what he knows to
and
do what
he's
he
a
needs to do.
psychopath. He falls into a
Beast
castle with
breathing, is that even real? Is that just, that's definitely some shit he just made
no.
up.
He said he is the first and only beast breather. Like he said
Okay,
it
so yeah,
before
he
when
just made that shit up.
when they talked about his breathing form. They said there's never been a person that's ever had beast breathing. That doesn't make sense. You just made that shit up. And he's like, and nigga, it
It
works.
works.
The
Fight
fuck,
me.
like
Fight me then. Remember my
fucking
once.
black force breathing, second form, stomp on this nigga. Like the fuck,
American breathing, first form.
like yeah,
We just making
fucking
up
equals.
breathings at this point. That's how you know there's no magic powers. There's no actual powers. You just make
But
up the breathing.
they could have easily done like a whole like oh, we killed Muzan, but there's a few stragglers. Like we're still the Hashira. We need to fill the ranks. Hey, Tanjiro, you're now the fire. Zenitsu, you're now the lightning. The Hashira, this and that. I think it may be cliche to some people, but I think that would have been cool. I would have liked to see that.
I
I would
mean,
have liked to see.
they took the time to replace Kaguya. That's his name, the leader, Kaguya. They took the time to replace him, so why didn't they appoint new Hashira?
When did they take the time?
His son. So he has a son. Obviously, the girl
I know he
twins.
has. They're quadtuplets or whatever.
Well, you
So
got the
there's the
two
black hair ones. There's the
twins.
black hair ones, and then the blue hair ones.
I thought he only had 3 kids. I might be wrong, but
Yeah,
his
four.
son, his eldest son, he wasn't part of the ones that died because the twins, the girls,
Yeah.
they did die in the explosion.
Yeah.
He takes over the role of Kaguya or his role after his death, and he leads the Demon Corps. He's strategic and smart, just like his father, because he prepped him
Is he a
for.
demon slayer?
No, he's not a Demon Slayer. He's just his son. He's part of that family.
When did they introduce him? I don't remember any
I
of
don't
that.
think they fully introduced him. We probably saw him in passing. Same thing in the manga when it happened. It was like he's the new successor. It's like, who are you again? It's like it's his son.
Yeah.
I'm like,
They should have
yeah,
definitely
son.
introduced. They should have definitely like filled the ranks of the Hashira. I
Mm.
mean, I know, like, I think it was kind of like symbolism when they were all rushing towards Muzan and Tanjiro was rushing towards him and he joined the circle. You know what I'm saying? I think that was kind of like he's now kind of one of them, kind of because he's strong enough. He's as strong as some of them.
What
You know what I'm
he's
saying?
He's not like
So
us. I don't care what similes, what they use.
they're not
He's
like
not
a,
like
they're not
us.
like a
Until he beat me.
minor.
Until he beat me in a 1v1, you're not like us. I'm sorry. No, I would love to see that though. I mean, those
Well,
1v1s in
even
the
said-
training arc was fucking fire. I want to see
They've
that.
even said Zenitsu. They've said once, like I forgot which Hashira said it. He said he is the fastest out of all the Hashira. If because they were talking about him. They said if he actually stops goofing off and like falling asleep, if he were to wake up and master his thunder breathing, he would be stronger than most all of the Hashira. At least he would be absolutely faster than all of them. But he would
I would have
be
loved to see it.
Zenitsu would have been probably the strongest. I mean,
They should have continued going on. I would have loved to see the Thunder Hashira, the Sun Hashira, like this. It would have been
Beast
fire.
breathing.
The beast breathing Hashira, the beast Hashira. I think they should have implemented actual powers. Like he should have been one of his forms should have been beast breathing, where he like first start showing up, his fangs get longer, his nails get longer. That shit would have been fire. But they chose what they chose.
And he like fucking like sheathes his swords and comes in and does like a slash in. That would have been pretty cool. That would have been dope. But it is what it is.
Thunder breathing, actual thunder coming off of his sword. It's all just
it's all fake.
Smoke and mirrors.
It's all fabrication. That's crazy. If they come out with these
Demon Slayer
movies and there's no All right. Well, I love you guys. I'm hungry and I have to pee.
And I love my wife too. I need to go see her.
Yeah, she's probably wondering what the fuck I'm doing. Anyways, all right.
Peace.